guys and welcome to my channel. This is my very first video and I've now tried to record this about 35,000 times, so hopefully this will be the one. Fingers crossed. Give you a quick brief outline before we dive right in with the tag video. My name is Becca, I'm 26, I'm from Yorkshire, which is in the north of England, and I live in my house with my husband Andrew and my dog Daisy, who you will hear a lot about, I'm sure. So yeah, I'm just going to dive straight in with the get to know me tag and answer the questions. So question 1 is, what is your middle name? And my middle name is Elizabeth, so my full name is Rebecca Elizabeth Cotter, which is my husband's surname. Question 2 is, what is your favourite colour? And my favourite colour is green. I like sage green. Most of our house is painted that colour and we're actually moving house soon, and most of that house will also be painted that colour. Clothes wise, I love grey. Everything I wear is grey or black or white. That's about it. Very exciting wardrobe. Question number 3 is, who was your first best friend? And my first best friend was actually my cousin Abby, who is here on YouTube. She's called Lily May Adventures on YouTube still, I think, or her blog is Lily Pad and Bow. So we're actually exactly the same age. Abby is 3 weeks older than me and we have been like sisters our whole life. We were in the same year at school, we had all the same friends and we still have the same friends now. So yeah, Abby was my first best friend. Question number 4 is, how tall are you? And I'm actually pretty tall. I am 5'9". My dad is 6'5", so I was bound to get some height from him. Although it's a bit annoying because Andrew's actually only about the same height as me, possibly even a little bit shorter, so no heels allowed around here. Question 5 is, cats or dogs? And I am 100% a dog person. I don't like cats at all. Sorry if you've got cats, unless they're the ones that like squishy ones that look like they've been ran into a brick wall. I just don't like cats. I think they just take and they give you nothing back, and yeah, I'm just not a big fan. I love dogs, but although weirdly when I was younger I was absolutely petrified of them, and I'd like cross the road if one was coming anywhere near. I just absolutely hated them. But then one day me and Andrew were like, let's get a puppy. Don't know why we decided that, and we got Daisy, and since then I just love all dogs, big dogs, small dogs, any kind of dogs. I just want to rescue them all and cuddle them all. I just love them. I think once you've had your own dog, you recognise things in other dogs that possibly would have scared you at one point, but you kind of just recognise the characteristics and you just love every dog. I just love them all. This little one is being an absolute pain in the backside today, aren't you? This is Daisy, everyone. She is my 4-year-old Bichon Frise crossed with a Chihuahua, and she is the sassiest little diva you'll ever meet in your life. I'm sure you'll be seeing much more of her. I'm going to let her go and hope she pipes down a little bit for the rest of the video. Question number 6 is, funniest moment through school? God, so many. I should have been more prepared. I think my funniest memory was probably when there was a group of us in English and we all used to hate like public speaking, so every time we had to do a presentation we'd just make this one girl cry. Like she was on board, we didn't make her cry, like we were like, go on, cry, and then she'd start pretending to cry and we'd all have to take her out the room and we never had to do a presentation. It was brilliant. I'd recommend it to anyone. Question 7 is, how many countries have you visited? And I have visited Greece quite a few times, that's my favourite place to go on holiday. Cyprus, we went on our honeymoon to Cyprus. I've been to Jamaica, which was amazing, and I actually went on a cruise with my mum a couple of years ago as well, and we went to Greece, Spain, Turkey, France and Italy. I think that was everywhere. And that was amazing. I actually loved it. I thought like a cruise, like you just think it's like, not that there's anything wrong with old people, but you just think it's going to be full of old people, don't you? But I loved it. There was like a hot tub on top of the deck, and every night we'd go in the hot tub with a glass of wine and like they'd put a film on a projector and it was just amazing with like the sea around you and you'd just be cruising along. Definitely recommend a cruise. So question 8 is, are you in or have you been to college? And I'm guessing this is a an American question and college is university, in which case, yes, I did go to university. I graduated in 2012 and I did journalism at Sheffield Hallam in Yorkshire, and I loved the whole experience of university, but to be honest I really didn't enjoy my course and I've done absolutely nothing with it since I left. So if you're thinking of going to university, I would definitely recommend picking a course that you are actually interested in, because I've done nothing for it and probably wasted about 20 grand on fees. Good times. Question 9 is, what were your favourite and least favourite subjects in school? My favourite subject in school was definitely, well, anything more creative really. So I really enjoyed English language, I like writing, I liked art, although I was pretty crappy at art, but all the creative subjects really, media studies, textiles, all of those. I really liked maths weirdly, but my absolute nemesis at school was science. I just didn't get it at all. So question 10 is, what is your favourite drink? And I'll have to give you two because I don't know whether we're talking soft drink or alcoholic drink. But my favourite soft drink would be just normal water. I do like fizzy drinks and juices and things, but I have asthma and I find that, I don't know if it's the sweet, like the artificial sweeteners they put in fruit juices and fizzy drinks, but they just make my breathing really bad and it's just not worth it. It's like, you know, 5-minute sip of glory for 2 days of solid breathing pain, so it's really not worth it. So that would be my soft drink of choice, just a glass of water. And my alcoholic beverage of choice is always red wine or Prosecco, for sure. There's nothing better for me than curling up on the sofa on an evening and having a big glass of red wine. But if I'm going out, which doesn't happen very often, let me tell you, if I'm not in bed by 10 PM, something's going wrong. But my drink out of choice would be Prosecco. Question 11 is, what is your favourite animal? And for me that is a dog. No surprise there, I love dogs. We've had this discussion already. Big fan. Apart from that, I would say I like woodland animals, so I love squirrels. Me and Andrew have this weird thing about squirrels, and there is squirrels everywhere in our house. Just from here I can see squirrel. Nice little squirrel candle holder. Love squirrels. But I also love deers and fawn and like anything cute and woodlandy. Question 12 is, what is your favourite perfume? And my favourite perfume is definitely the one I wore on my wedding day, and that is Jo Malone English Pear and Freesia. It is beautiful, like it's just the most floral, fruity, sweet, like pretty is definitely the word, like pretty, perfect wedding scent. We burnt the candle on the morning of the wedding, so the whole house smelled like English Pear and Freesia while we were getting ready, and every time I smell it now it just takes me back to the best day ever. Question 13 is, tea or coffee? And to be honest, I'm not really a hot drink lover, full stop. I would choose tea out of the two. I quite like a cup of tea. If I'm really cold, I'll drink tea, but normally I'm really thirsty and I just want like an ice cold glass of like icy water. That's my favourite thing. But I don't like coffee at all. Everyone always says to me like, oh, you just need to try a gingerbread latte or put some sugar in it, but I just don't like it. Like, it's just so bitter. I want to like it. I want to be one of them people that sounds sophisticated. It's like, do you want to meet up for coffee? But I don't want to meet up for coffee. I want to meet up for an icy water or maybe a hot chocolate filled with cream and marshmallows, and that doesn't have the same ring to it. Question 14 is a bit more of a telling one. So question 14 is, what names do you have picked out for your children? And actually this is something that's going to feature quite heavily on my channel. So for 2 years now, me and Andrew have been trying for a baby and we have been unsuccessful. We have had 3 miscarriages this year, losses, failed pregnancies, whatever you want to call them, this year, and that has been really, really tough, as I'm sure you can imagine. and we also struggled with infertility for a good 14 months before that. So it's something I really want to discuss on this channel. We still don't have a baby now, so we have not yet managed to conceive and carry a full-term healthy pregnancy, but it's definitely something I want to discuss. It's something I'm really passionate about, because it's just so hard, and I don't know if people realise quite how hard it is, and there's just not much support out there. So many people go through infertility. There's been so many people I've met that go through infertility or have had a miscarriage, and it's just not spoken about, and I don't know why. I was the same though. For a good year or so, I told, like, apart from my very closest family and friends, no one knew about it. It's only this year I've become more open about it and feel happy and ready to talk about it. But yeah, it's really tough and something I definitely want to go into more detail about on my channel. In terms of the actual question, which was baby names, I have had them picked out for years. I just don't want to share them yet. Don't want to jinx anything, and hopefully one day I can announce that I've got a little baby and that is its name. Fingers crossed. So question 15 is, what sports do you play / have you played? And I'm just going to skip right on with that question. I could not be less sporty if I tried. I'm terrible at sport. I don't enjoy sport. I don't want to enjoy sport. I'm probably never going to enjoy sport. No. Question 16 is, what is your favourite book? And I don't actually get to read anywhere near as much as I would like. It's my own fault. If I'm getting ready, I'm watching YouTube. If I'm in the bath, I'm watching YouTube. If I'm cooking tea, I'm watching YouTube. You get my drift. I just don't make time for reading. If I go on holiday, I'll read all day, every day. I'll plough through books at a ridiculous rate, but I just don't read anywhere near as much as I should. Favourite book would probably be Harry Potter, which is the obvious answer, but I also really like a book called Eleanor and Park. It's kind of similar theme to like Perks of Being a Wallflower and those sort of books, but I really like that, so I definitely recommend it if you haven't read that one. Question 17 is, who are some of your favourite YouTubers? And my favourite YouTubers change all the time. I've got this weird obsession with Shane Dawson's conspiracy theory videos at the moment. Like, I fully believe everything he says. Beyonce probably is a robot, like, I'm totally on board. But apart from those, I love all the normal mummy kind of vloggers. I like Sarah from This Mama Life. I really like Emma from It's M channel. She struggled with infertility for like 10 years now, I think it is. Like, she's incredible. She doesn't talk about it all the time on her channel. She does a lot of daily vlogs and things as well, but the way she speaks, like, she's just incredible. Like, she has so much love to give a child, you can just see it, but she's so gracious and like so appreciative of everything she's got, and sometimes I just let the whole thing completely consume me and it can turn me quite bitter, which is horrible, but that's the effect it has on me. And she is just so amazing. Like, if you struggle with infertility and you want to see someone inspiring, I would totally recommend her videos. Apart from that, I would have to say Abby, obviously, my cousin from Lily May Adventures, Lily Pad and Bow on her blog. I'm not sure if her YouTube name's changed, but I'm sure you know who she is. And also my best friend Lauren is on YouTube as Mother Trooper, with her gorgeous little boy Teddy, who's my godson, and I just love him so much. So definitely check out her videos as well if you haven't already. Question 18 is, what is your favourite movie? And my favourite movie of all time, I do not hear people talk about enough, and it is so underrated, and that is The Life of David Gale with Kevin Spacey. It's about Kevin Spacey plays a prisoner on death row who's been accused of a murder, and Kate Winslet is this reporter who goes in and has to try and kind of prove his innocence, get him off death row, figure out if he's guilty, if he's not, can she save him in time. It's just the most tense, amazing film ever, and oh god, if you've not seen it, watch it. I promise you, if you like psychological thrillers, you'll love it. I just don't know why it doesn't get more attention. I think it's so good. Question 19 is, are you single or are you taken? And I am married. I have been married for coming up for 2.5 years to Andrew. We actually first got together when we were like 14 in school, and he was my first ever kiss. This is so embarrassing. He was my first ever kiss, and it was so traumatic and horrendous that I dumped him at school the next day. It was just the worst experience of my life. I'm still scarred now. So I dumped him the next day, and then I had another boyfriend in between, and then I got back with Andrew when I was 16, and we've been together ever since. So we've been together about 10.5 years now, and we've been married for 2.5. Question 20 is, what is your ideal first date? And I have never been on a first date. How tragic is that? I think because me and Andrew got together in school, it's like standard at that age, isn't it, that you just don't really go on a date. Like, we'd maybe go to the cinema and like hold hands in the cinema, then I'd text all my friends and be like, "Ooh, we're holding hands," and everyone would get really excited. But like, we just never went on a date. If he wants to take me on a first date, Andrew, if you're watching and you want to take me on a first date, I would like to go just somewhere quite chilled with nice food, nice wine, nothing crazy, just all the food basically. Story of my life. Question 21 is, how many girlfriends or boyfriends have you had? And I kind of covered this in my last question. I've had 2 serious boyfriends, Andrew, and then I had another boyfriend for about a year, and then I've been with Andrew ever since. So only 2. I had another boyfriend before that who, like, I think he dumped me in the playground because I didn't want to give him a hug. Oh, sad times. So yeah, 2 proper boyfriends, I would say. Question 22 is your favourite memory from childhood. I don't really have one kind of favourite memory from childhood, but I just had a really lucky, blessed upbringing. I had the best upbringing. My mum and dad split up when I was 5, which was fine, and since then it was just me and my mum living together until I moved out, and we had the best relationship. She is honestly my best friend. Some people might find that sad, some people might find it cliche, but it's genuinely true. We are so close. My mum's actually really poorly at the moment. It's something I'll go into in another video. It's a bit heavy for this one, but she's really unwell and it's really hard. It's all quite new still, so still adjusting. But yeah, but she just made my childhood amazing. I have the most amazing family. I have 11 cousins on my mum's side, and we're all like brothers and sisters. We're so close, so every trip we went on was just amazing, and I just loved my whole childhood. Hang on, mum's just texted me. Speak of the devil. Oh. She's just letting me know that our favourite tacky Christmas film's on Channel 5 at 3:15 today. What a babe. Question 23 is, do you speak any other languages? And the answer to that is no, not really. I feel like English people are so ignorant with other languages. Like, people from other countries just speak our language fluently and speak so many languages so clearly, and we just don't on a whole. Like, some people do, don't get me wrong, but on a whole we are terrible with languages. I speak GCSE Spanish, probably forgotten most of it now. I know the odd little bit of Greek. My mum's side of the family are Greek Cypriot, so I'm kind of used to hearing people speak it, but I don't really know it myself. So question 24 is, do you have any siblings? And I think I've mentioned this already, but no, I'm actually an only child. I've got loads and loads of cousins, and we are ridiculously close. I would consider them all my siblings, especially the girls. We're really close. But I don't actually have any siblings, no, I'm an only child. Question 25 is, how would you describe your fashion sense? And I would describe it as non-existent currently. I used to be pretty into fashion when I was at uni, and I worked in retail for like 3 years, 2 years after uni, and it was quite a fashion environment to work in, and I was quite into it then. But since leaving that and getting an office job, my god, I cannot dress myself anymore, literally. I have the most boring dress sense. Like 95% of the time I'm in pyjamas. I just love being in pyjamas. Like, give me comfort over style any day. But it's just boring. So question 26 is, what is your favourite restaurant? And my favourite isn't I wouldn't say it was specifically a restaurant, it's more kind of a bar that serves food. But if any of you are in Yorkshire or go to Leeds a lot, there's this place in the centre of Leeds called Friends of Ham, and it is my favourite ever. It's just near the train station, so it's really easy to get to if you're not from Leeds. And it basically just serves cheese, and I flipping love cheese, like next level of cheese. So you can go there and they have a full list of like cheese and meats. I'm vegetarian, so I only go for the cheese, but they have a full list of like cheese and meats, and you pick however many you want, so you can have like 4 or 5, and you pick them and they put them onto a cheese board for you, and it's always so beautifully presented, and it's got like biscuits and chutney and crackers and bread, and it's so nice, and that's by far my favourite place. They also do amazing wine if you like wine, and I'm not into craft beer, but they have a really good craft beer selection from what I know, so could interest you if you're into that. But I would 100% recommend Friends of Ham, by far my favourite place to eat. Question 27 is, what are some of your favourite TV shows? And I love TV, like I definitely love TV more than film, so I have quite a lot of favourites. I'm loving The Walking Dead at the moment, totally addicted to The Walking Dead. Season 7 episode 1 has scarred me for life. Like, all I'm going to say is, oh, like it was so traumatic. It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I actually watched that episode and thought, I don't know if I can watch this anymore, but it's gone a bit tamer again. But definitely The Walking Dead, I'm loving that. I love Prison Break, I love Lost, watched it to the end. I know not a lot of people didn't manage it, but it's worth it in the end. And I also, my guilty pleasure is Pretty Little Liars. Love Pretty Little Liars. I actually got a Pretty Little Liars cushion for my Secret Santa present for my friend this year. I think I included that on my vlog. If you watch that, it'll probably be up after this actually. But I love Pretty Little Liars. I've seen all the episodes about 100 times and love coming up with ridiculous, far-fetched theories. Never as far-fetched as what actually happens in the show though, because I don't know how they come up with that stuff. It's ridiculous. And apart from that, probably my all-time favourite programme is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That is the best thing ever. Like, the amount of time I spent wandering around with a twig thinking I was like Buffy, and I had my like jumper draped over my shoulder, and I really wanted like a rosary bead necklace and stuff. I just wanted to be Buffy. Like, she's a babe, a 10 out of 10 babe. Question 28 is PC or Mac. I've never had a Mac, I've never really used a Mac. I'm sure I would love it if I could, but they are very expensive, so I will have to go for PC. Nearly at the end now. Question 29 is, what phone do you use? And I am an iPhone user. I've got the iPhone 6s Plus, which is huge. I watch a lot of YouTube, as I've mentioned, so I find that really good for watching YouTube videos on, and it's basically just one step down from a tablet, but you can WhatsApp and text and do all that good stuff on it, so I love my iPhone 6s Plus. And finally, question 30 is, tell us one of your bad habits. And where to start? I am very bossy to my husband Andrew. I'm sure he loves it. Also, I get the worst hormonal mood swings ever. I don't know if that's classed as a bad habit though. I'm just a hormonal maniac basically. And then I do the standard thing of biting my nails. Oh, and I am so messy. Like, you would not believe how messy I am. Like, really messy, really bad, really lazy. Basically, I have no redeeming features. So that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got to know me a little bit better. I'd love it if you answered some of the questions in the comments below so we can have a little chat and I can find out about you, if anyone actually is watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you could subscribe, that would be amazing, as I'm pretty sure I have 0 subscribers right now. So yes, that is it for this video, and I will see you very soon in my next one.